Welcome back to Kingdom Family Abroad. And we are having our girl time, and we hope you're enjoying it too. If you are, click like, follow, and subscribe, right? Today, we are talking about Blaxit. Now, Blaxit is a growing trend of Black Americans relocating abroad, including many Black women seeking a better quality of life
Right.
with safety and romantic appreciation.
Mm-hmm.
So, popular destinations for love and dating include Mediterranean, European, and American locations like Italy, Colombia, and the Netherlands. Key drivers are escaping domestic racism and dating fatigue, with many finding improved romantic experiences abroad.
Mm-hmm.
So, African American women have definitely dominated in certain areas as far as fighting for equality in the workforce, equal pay, things
Right.
like that, and becoming very financially successful.
Yeah.
But in America, there has been an issue with finding love, finding their soulmate, finding their person.
Yeah.
So, is it a possibility that the reason 70 statistically, approximately over 70% of African American women are slated to never marry in America, is because maybe their mates are abroad?
Most definitely, because as you know, we were bought to America. We
Mhm.
weren't originally from there. We were bought there. So of course we're coming from all different parts of the world,
Mhm.
and we were just set in this area.
Mhm.
So it makes sense that we go outside of America to find our love
Mhm.
and find our person, because we were all brought from other parts of the world. So it makes sense. And when the passport bros was like a
Mm.
big thing, everyone
It.
was like, oh, da da da. Like they were just really
Mhm.
like bashing them. But when you really think about it, everyone was brought here.
Mhm. So you feel like this is more of organic re the opposite of migration.
This is Black people taking back their roots,
Mm.
getting to know their roots, getting to know where they are from,
Mhm.
and going along with it's becoming a real thing where people want to go back home.
Well, let's be real. Passport bros, they weren't going back home and moving there. They were going to foreign countries and
Mm-hmm.
finding women with more traditional values.
Right.
And so that was kind of a knock on African American women, saying that we lack traditional values because of and no respect for our little respect for the fact that we are, diaspora. We're a part of the diaspora. We not understanding our plight, right?
Yeah.
So is it that Black women lack culture? I don't think that they lack
I don't
culture.
think Black women lack culture. I think Black men know what they want. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we can't just bash them because they want someone of a different color or someone of a different culture, because that's just who they want to love.
Mm-hmm. So
No.
critics are arguing that the movement that of Passport Bros is a modern form of ex tourism, if you know what I mean, ex tourism that exploits women, their sexuality, in economically disadvantaged countries who may be seeking financial stability or a path to immigration. So women who want to move to the States, they're willing to,
And they want documents.
yes. Now, the U.S. Embassy has issued warnings in countries like Colombia after several passport bros were targeted, drugged, and unalived through dating apps. So
Yeah.
we're not promoting anything that is saying, hey, go out there, risk your
No.
life. That's not what we're
We're
saying.
just
But what we're
speaking
saying
on
is
what's going on
passport
now.
bros is not the same as the Blaxit, because
Mhm.
they're actually
True.
exiting.
Yeah.
It's a mass exodus
Right.
of the Black diaspora moving abroad, correct?
I
And so
think
when
none
you
of
move
us
abroad,
really knew about abroad until 90 Day Fiance. And that's when people started seeing like, okay,
That's a good point.
You know, like 90 Day Fiance.
I was watching 90 Day Fiance.
90
Boy,
Day
that
Fiancé
thing was so interesting. And I do like that they put out different stories because it was some where it was the guy that was moving.
Yeah.
It was and then they did it in reverse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like they literally, they ran so we could fly. Like
Right.
literally. Because they did everything in their power to show that not only people can find love, and sometimes, yes, entertainment is one thing, and it's like, okay, we're gonna put this out there.
Yes.
But they really did hone in on some traditional values of different cultures. It wasn't just like, oh, we're gonna send them over there and we're gonna see what happens because, you know, we want to entertain.
Okay, so let's talk about some numbers. As of mid-2025, Kenya has approximately 6,800 high net worth individuals with liquid investable wealth of the US dollar to the tune of 1 million or more.
Right.
These individuals often referred to as dollar millionaires and are predominantly men with a significant concentration located in Nairobi. It is around 4,200 men, and Kenya ranks 5th in Africa for the highest number of dollar millionaires.
Right.
The number of millionaires dropped from 7,200 in early 2024, partially due to economic shifts. But approximately 47% of these individuals are based in Nairobi. And also, the 2025 data includes 16 centimillionaires and that is where you're worth over 100 million, and no billionaires. Okay. So this is comprised of men. And so you have a huge gap that this talks about in the wealth of men versus women in Africa. But we have a lot of wealthy women in the States.
A lot of wealthy women.
So Kenya being the 4th highest number of millionaires in Africa, and you have Morocco, Mauritius, and Algeria, Ghana and Ethiopia, and Namibia. Please don't eat me up in the comments. I was just reading. Okay, Namibia. I know what it's called. Okay, so it is when you talk about the high net worth, I do feel like Real Housewives of Atlanta did a nice cultural shift too.
Did.
And I wouldn't necessarily call it nice, but it was a little bit shocking when some of the Black women started dating African men.
Yes.
So do you feel
African men are very wealthy?
Yes, and there are some African American men that are wealthy as well. But is there a different, when we're talking about culture and we're talking about what the complaint that the Passport Bros has about culture, let's talk about that in reverse. Do you feel there's culturally a difference in how African men carry themselves versus, high wealthy African American men versus African men? Do you feel like Black men have also gotten away from the culture, as they explain about some Black women have gotten away from the traditional culture?
I do feel like Black men, African American men, some African American men.
Everyone is different.
Everyone is different, right? But
excuse me,
Africa is our roots. So Africa, they don't go away from their roots. Their roots are planted. They like how they move is planted. How they talk to each other is planted.
Okay.
But it's hard for you to be connected to your African culture when African culture is not taught in America.
Okay.
So you're taught, you come up in what you're taught. Africa, they come up in what they're taught, and it's never going to stem, it's never going to change, it's never going to make waves, because this is what they know, this is what they are, this is what they came up in.
Okay.
America has made it so hard for you to even learn about Africa's culture because they made it seem like Africa's bad. Africa's horrible.
They're showing it through a very different lens.
They're showing you what, and not even a lens. They're giving you a lens, and they're putting the picture in there that they want you to see. And no, that's why when I Show Speed went out there to Africa to here, there were so many people breaking down crying,
Right.
because it was some of them who said, I used to make African jokes back when I was in elementary school.
Right.
And just to know that it's more progressive, it's more like this is my home, and y'all made it seem like it was just dust.
Well, let's discuss that. I Show Speed is 21 years old.
Yes.
And so is this the rise of a new generation that will be living abroad and that is part of the Blaxic? Because let's go back to Blaxic. Blaxic is a growing trend of Black Americans relocating abroad. Okay, so that means that your generation, because
Right.
you're in the same generation as I Show Speed.
Yes.
Do you feel like your generation, the future is in Africa?
Yes, I do. Because back in the day, back in 2000s through 2015, and even 18, America was different. I can actually say America was better than what it is today. The whole generation of that area was amazing. Like, it was prosperous, it was growing, it was what we want now. And now that we're older, we're the ones who just came out of high school, we're the ones that just came out of graduation, and we're now the new adults.
Right.
We're the new adults. We're the ones hosting the grilling parties, the what is that called? The throwbacks. We're the ones doing it now. We see where the problem is. Because back then, when it was with parents were doing what they could, versus today, we're the generation that's like, no, something's wrong here. We're calling everyone out.
Right.
So we're actually moving, because now we're paying bills that these bills was not the same bills that my mom was paying.
Right. So they're seeing that
seeing there's a difference.
So now, regardless of how you're raised or brought up, you're seeing that the cost of living and comfortability and lifestyle and safety
is no longer comfortable.
Yeah. Okay.
America is not great.
So
right now,
an estimated 655,000 to nearly 700,000 Black Americans are currently living abroad, with a population growing as individuals seek a better life, lower costs, and safety from racial tensions. Top destinations have included Ghana, South Africa, Portugal, and Mexico. The key factors are the cost of living, life and safety, and cultural connection. Now, that being said, you spoke of I Show Speed, and I want to state that this 655,000 to nearly 700,000, that percentage being 21 and 22, your age group, is probably very little, because you guys are just becoming of age. So I can only imagine what it is going to be after I Show Speed.
Yeah.
Because I Show Speed has said that while he's not immediately moving to Africa, he has revealed that he plans to purchase a house and build a permanent residence there following his successful Speed Does Africa tour. He has recently been granted a Ghanaian passport to deepen his ties to the continent. Now, it is unsure whether he will be moving to Ghana or building in Ghana or building in Kenya, because he mentioned that Kenya is the nicest people ever.
Kenya has the most nicest people. I literally have never felt more safe in my life than I have felt here. And this is me coming from America.
Now, was that what you expected?
It was not what I expected, because I was taught differently. And even though I had a homeschool experience, I've had a homeschool education, and then I've had a public school education, and they both differ. Yeah. By the time I got to high school, there were no books. It was, you just look at the computer and you figure it out. Yeah. And you do your work. But coming up from when I was at a primarily white school, and I was taught Africa was bad. So when I got here and everyone's so nice, they're so ready to help you, and the police are nice, they are assisting. I feel safe here. Like I've gone back to I leave my front door unlocked. Like there's I don't feel I don't feel unsafe.
Right.
But
We're not
when I
leaving
was
the doors
in,
unlocked.
right.
We're
But
not
I
leaving the
know,
doors
like,
unlocked, but we understand.
right. I know I went to the pool yesterday and I left my laptop outside, and I felt safe doing that.
Did you get your laptop back?
I did. It was here when I got back. So I literally went.
And every place has its challenges.
Yeah,
no
but
place is perfect.
America has got to a point where you don't feel as safe as you used to back in the day.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So definitely thank you guys for tuning in. It is something to consider for all of the single women out there that are dating. I'm speaking directly to you because I see you. I see you when you're going to the clubs on Friday and Saturday night. We see you. We see you dressing up, getting that outfit together, those shoes on.
And they
you
have
got your hair
here.
Yes, they party here. But consider that maybe it also, I do want to say this, it could be the disproportionateness because America may have more single African American women and Africa may have more single African men. And so it may even it out because we're also always hearing for every one man in America, there's like 5 or 7 Black women. And so, and that's due to incarceration, unemployment, drugs, so many things that factor that LGBTQ plus IA. So it's like these are limited, and that's not a knock of the community. Don't come for me in the comments. I'm just simply saying that they're not interested. And so that's all I'm saying. So that being said, maybe those are things you need to consider, that maybe it's not that it's not you, number one. And also maybe your mate is, don't put God in a box. Maybe your mate is abroad. Maybe your mate is overseas, right? And so stay tuned for more. Thank you. Click like, comment, subscribe, and feel free to give to our Cash App. It is Arteus Greer, Arteus Greer. And bye-bye.